there was 0.0 Blutarski chance of Drew Brees not setting that record last night. In that building, the great ones, the truly great ones, have the football gods on their side. And Drew Brees is one of the truly great ones. For him to set the record with a 62-yard touchdown strike is something else. Now, the Washington Redskins defense totally blew the coverage, as Michael Thomas let Josh Gordon know on Twitter throughout the night. But Brees setting the record on a 62-yard strike, it's how many times have we seen records set and it's just like a 3-yard run or a 5-yard out route? It really is something else that it happens on a nationally televised broadcast on a 62-yard strike in front of his home fans and in front of his family, in front of everybody. Drew Brees knew it too. He wore wire. He wore a wire. Now, that's amazing that he would do something like that. If I was him, I would have done it too, because you want to record this stuff for posterity. And clearly he's got that in mind as he's hugging his boys. The microphone picked up with him telling his boys a life lesson that you could do anything that you put your mind to. Because, again, the football gods somehow helped him out. Back in the day, when he's coming back from his shoulder injury and the Miami Dolphins passed on him. You want to talk about sliding doors in the National Football League. What would have happened had Drew Brees signed with Miami? What would have happened if Miami and Nick Saban had not fallen in love with Dante Culpepper or had read whatever medical reports there were on Brees' shoulder, which was so badly injured? Sean Merriman tweeted out last night, congratulations to Drew Brees, that he was a rookie when Brees hurt his shoulder, and it was a horrific sound he's never heard again of the shoulder coming out of his body. Oof. That's how badly hurt Drew Brees was. And Drew Brees getting drafted to San Diego. And A.J. Smith, the general manager, not that big of a fan. And he was going to be drafting and starting Phillip Rivers come hell or high water. And Brees' contract is up. And guess what? The Phillip Rivers era was going to start. So I know there's a lot of San Diegans and Charger fans that are thinking, well, what if we had held on to him? I think the same thing would have happened had Miami signed him and Brees had gone to Miami. Look, we're all a product of our environment. Brees is great, all-time great. But going to New Orleans and getting hooked up with Sean Payton and having this offense tailored to him, how many quarterbacks are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame having 19 offensive coordinators? Not many. Again, the football gods smiled on Peyton Manning having this similar offense for all those years. Drew Brees is an all-time great. He is self-made. He is self-made. The fact that he came into this league and survived in San Diego as he did, got out of there when he wasn't wanted anymore, and got through a shoulder injury and got through the crucible of being taken by the Miami Dolphins potentially and going to New Orleans and showing up just as the city was looking to rebuild, just as Sean Payton was looking to make his mark. Greatness. And here you have it. You ready for this? Most passing yards in NFL history, most completions in NFL history, most games with 300 passing yards. He now has 112 of those after last night. Most games with 400 or more passing yards, most touchdown passes in a single game. He holds the record for career completion percentage, single season completion percentage, consecutive games with a touchdown pass, seasons with 5,000 yards passing, most seasons leading the NFL in passing yards with 7, consecutive seasons with 4,000 passing yards, 12, and I would proffer to say a 13th is right around the corner.
12th straight.
That's correct.
Wow.
And here's the most incredible thing. He was comeback player of the year in 2004. Okay? In 2006 is the year that he went to New Orleans. So he's won the comeback player of the year award for something other than the injury that he was coming back from trying to get, a free agent contract off of. But here's what I would think that Drew Brees would say is his most important statistic, and that's the Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner in 2006 that he proudly wears. That's one of the things I love the NFL has done this. There's that patch, that Walter Payton Man of the Year award patch that players who have won it get to wear on their uniforms. Larry Fitzgerald, J.J. Watt, Drew Brees. Does it right, does it the right way. First in the building, last out, wins football games, took the New Orleans Saints on his shoulders, brought them a Super Bowl championship. Father of 4, dutiful dad, all of that good stuff. Well done, Drew Brees. Congratulations to him. And as I said in 4 downs, I'll give you my 4 downs later on in the show for this week. I said 3 weeks ago, MVP award this year, and if he wins a Super Bowl, he's on the Mount Rushmore. He's on the quarterback Mount Rushmore. He is. Well, all these stats. I mean,
no MVPs.
No league MVPs.
No league MVPs.
Super Bowl MVP. But that, I don't know if that's a strike against him or the people who vote on this stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
So he's 4-1, and he's gonna continue on. I mean, I can't imagine this team doesn't win the division. They are the best team in the division. The defense is getting better. You could see that. They win that division. How in the world? And I know Goff is lighting it up out here in the West Coast. Brees has got to be in the running for the MVP, and maybe it is a Lifetime Achievement Award for him this year, too. Could take a look at it as well. The voters, if I had a vote, which I don't because AP still thinks that I'm biased because I work for the NFL Network. I guess they don't hear what I say into this microphone. But long story short, I'll tell you this. He's a candidate for MVP this year, and we should keep him in mind. I know he's not undefeated. I know Mahomes and Goff, but let's be honest. Also, they got years to go. Brees is 39 and doing this. 39. And Brady did it last year at age 40. Let's give a shout out to this guy right now, man.
Imagine back-to-back MVP seasons by a 40-year-old and a 39-year-old.
And you can't say this is not in the blush of a big celebratory moment. I said this 3 weeks ago. You've got to talk about him with Brady, Manning. You could throw Montana up there, and then the fourth is always a turnstile of your flavor. Favre, Elway, Bradshaw, because of the number of wins he had. That fourth one's a revolving door. Brees should be in that revolving door.
Brees doesn't have an interception this year.
It's crazy, man, how accurate he is. And he, Booger McFarland, I think, chopped 2 inches off of him last night when he called him 5'10".
Rich, it's Boog.
It's called him 5'10". If he is 5'11", 6 feet, come on now. The number of people he needs to throw around and above and jump and see, the amount of problems he might have actually completing passes.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.